Level 1. $45,000. You get the offer letter and read it twice. Junior analyst. First real job. First real number attached to your name. Your mother cries on the phone. You don't understand why yet. You move into a studio apartment, 400 square feet, a mattress on the floor for the first month because the bed frame is still in a box. You eat rice and eggs 4 nights a week and don't mind it. You have $312 in savings, and it feels like a fortune because for the first time in your life, nobody can take it from you at the end of the month. You walk to work because the subway costs $2.90, and you'd rather feel the cold than spend it. You are broke and free at the same time, and you don't know yet that this is the last time those two words will ever sit together. Level 2. $68,000. The promotion comes 11 months in. Your manager says you earned it. You believe him. That weekend you sign a lease on a 1-bedroom, $400 more a month than the studio, because a raise means you're supposed to live like one. You don't ask yourself if you need the extra room. You just know you can afford it now, and afford has become the only question you ask. Your coworker leases a car, silver, always washed. He says, lease is smarter than buy, better tax treatment, no maintenance. You don't check his math. You just sign for one 2 weeks later. The payment is $410 a month. You tell yourself it's an investment in showing up looking successful. Nobody asked you to look successful. You decided that yourself, and you decided it fast. Level 3. $95,000. 6 figures within reach for the first time. You feel it before the raise even lands, the way people talk to you differently in meetings, the way your opinion gets asked instead of offered. You move again. 2 bedrooms this time, a guest room you'll use 4 times a year, $2,400 a month in a building with a doorman who knows your name before you know his. You buy a mattress that costs more than your first month's rent ever did. You don't blink. You've stopped checking prices before you look at them. Your friend from college texts you a photo from a bar you used to think was for other people. You go. You order the second most expensive thing on the menu because ordering the cheapest now feels like admitting something. Nobody at that table is rich. Everyone at that table is performing rich, and you just joined the cast. Level 4. $140,000. The raise letter says senior. The number on it stops mattering the way it used to, because your expenses grew to meet it before the ink dried. You buy a car instead of leasing one, a real one, $58,000, because you're done explaining a lease to people who ask what you drive. The payment is $920 a month. Your rent goes up $600 because the building added a gym you'll use twice. You start ordering delivery 4 nights a week because cooking feels like something people who make less money do. Your credit card balance creeps past what it used to be, but you pay the minimum and the number goes down slower than it goes up, and you don't do that math on purpose. You take a trip to Cabo with 3 coworkers, $2,200 for 4 days, and you post exactly one photo, the one where the water looks bluest. Nobody sees the balance on your statement. Nobody's supposed to. Level 5. $180,000. Director title. Your parents tell relatives the number like it's their own accomplishment, and in a way it is, because it's the first tangible proof that everything they sacrificed produced something they can point to. You buy a condo. $610,000, 20% down, wipes your savings to $9,000, but the mortgage broker says that's normal. Everyone leverages. That's how wealth works. Your monthly payment is $3,400. Add the car, add the credit card minimum, add the gym you never go to, add the subscriptions you forgot you had, and your fixed costs alone are $6,100 a month before you've bought a single meal. You make $180,000 a year. After tax, that's roughly $10,800 a month. You do the subtraction once at 11 p.m. on your phone, in the dark, and you don't do it again for 8 months, because the number that's left over is smaller than what you made at level 2. Level 6, $220,000. VP now. The number is impressive at dinner parties and terrifying at 2 a.m. Your friend from the studio apartment days, the one still renting, the one still driving the same car from 6 years ago, asks how you're doing, and you say great. Because great is what $220,000 is supposed to feel like. You don't tell him about the second credit card you opened to cover the first one's minimum payment. You don't tell him the private school tuition deposit for a kid you don't have yet, the one your partner insists you start saving for now, ate the last of what should have been your emergency fund. You don't tell him that emergency fund is a phrase you use, not a thing you have. You make more money than 90% of the country, and you have less cash sitting in your account than you did at 26. Nobody would guess it. That's the part that scares you. You look exactly like a person who made it. Level 7, $260,000. The number your father used to say would mean you'd arrived. You have arrived, technically, at a kitchen table at midnight, with a spreadsheet open, staring at $340,000 in combined debt, mortgage excluded, and a paycheck that disappears 14 days before the next one comes. You cut nothing. That's the part nobody warns you about. At every level below this one, you told yourself you'd adjust once the next raise hit. The next raise hit 5 times now. You never adjusted. You just moved the ceiling up and built a new floor to match it, every single time, automatically, like your expenses have a thermostat set exactly to your income, and it recalibrates before you finish celebrating. Your partner asks if you're okay. You say you're just tired. You are. You've been tired since $95,000. You just called it different things at different levels. Busy, ambitious, driven. It was always the same feeling. It was always the sound of running to stay in place. Level 8, $310,000. You get the number every LinkedIn post promised would change your life. Managing Director. The email arrives on a Tuesday, and you read it standing in your kitchen, and you wait for the feeling. It doesn't come. You already know why. You've already spent this raise, mentally, 3 times over, on the renovation your partner mentioned, on the car your old one is aging out of, on the tuition that's no longer hypothetical because there's a toddler now who needs a spot at a school with a 5-year wait list. You make more money this year than your parents made in any 5 years combined. You have $4,200 in your checking account and a mortgage, 2 car payments, a home equity loan you took out to cover the renovation, and a number in your head that never gets smaller no matter which number sits above it on your pay stub. You used to think the trap was not making enough. Nobody told you the trap was making it and spending it exactly as fast as it arrived, every single time, like it was designed to disappear the moment it touched you. Level 9, no number. You sit down with an advisor because your partner insisted, because something felt wrong, even though every external measure says it isn't. The advisor pulls up your numbers and goes quiet for a second before she talks. She says the phrase that ends the illusion. You have a high income and a negative net worth trajectory. You ask her to say that differently. She says it plainer. You make more than almost anyone you know, and you are, by the only measure that actually counts, getting poorer every year. Not because you don't earn enough, because every dollar you've ever earned has had a bill waiting for it before it landed, and you built that bill yourself, one raise at a time, one upgrade at a time, one dinner you didn't need to order at a time. She asks how much you'd have left if your paycheck stopped tomorrow. You do the math out loud in front of her. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. At $310,000 a year. Level 10, the reversal. You don't get a raise this year, on purpose. You ask for equity instead. A smaller bump, more of it locked away where your own hands can't reach it before it grows. You sell the second car. You don't replace it. Your old coworker, the one still renting, the one still driving the car from 6 years ago, asks why you look lighter. You tell him the truth for the first time in a decade. You tell him the number was never the problem. The problem was that every number you hit came with a matching bill already addressed to you, waiting, like it knew you were coming. You stopped opening those bills automatically. You started asking whether you actually wanted the thing before your income decided for you. 9 months later, your net worth moves for the first time in 6 years, and it moves up, not because you made more, you made almost the same, but because you finally let a dollar sit still long enough to become something instead of disappearing the second it touched your hand. Somewhere right now, someone is opening an offer letter, 6 figures, maybe more. Their mother is crying on the phone. They don't know yet what you know. The number was never going to save them. The number was only ever going to reveal how fast they spend, at a bigger scale, with better lighting. You made $45,000 once and felt free. You made $310,000 and felt trapped. The income changed 8 times. The trap was never the income. The trap was believing the next number would finally be the one that felt like enough.